Just months into her career, a local EMT heads to New York City to work the front lines amid the coronavirus pandemic.
Now she's home with her family, but what she saw in the nation's largest hotspot will stay with her forever. 41 Action News anchor Gabrielle Pagan got tips from an expert on how to cope.
She still remembers her first call in New York.
We were called for an elderly woman in respiratory distress. And so we got on scene and she was in respiratory failure. And so as my partner and I are working on her, we hear a big thud and we turn around and her husband, he had gone down. You know, he was in cardiac arrest.
Now back home in Grain Valley, so are all the calls, patients, scenes, and information Anderson cannot forget.
And there's times where, you know, PTSD is real, you know, and there's many nights since I've been back that, you know, I'll lay in bed and I just don't want to go to sleep.
Audrey was one of 15 on a COVID-19 task force assigned to the Central Bronx. After 3 weeks there, she spent another 2 under quarantine in this camper.
The kids would come up, and I think that was the hardest thing for me, is being, you know, gone for so long, and then them coming, and I could see them, you know, but just trying your hardest in your heart, you know, like not to just run up and hug them.
That's a part of trauma, is having some cornerstone of your psychological resilience ripped away from you, which can include your sense of being effective or capable.
Whitney Logan is a licensed professional counselor for The Battle Within, a nonprofit that now serves frontline workers. That's in addition to veterans and first responders. She says half of folks who reach out now are healthcare workers.
Everyone is reporting increased stress, increased anxiety, sometimes panic attacks, trouble sleeping, trouble eating, trouble focusing. Increased depressive symptoms.
Logan says if you're experiencing things like panic attacks, racing thoughts, or any of these, you may be having some kind of trauma response. To feel better, there are a variety of things that include plugging into a community that makes your experiences feel normal. But Anderson says there is no substitute for therapy.
You feel alone in this situation coming back, but you're not alone. You know, there's others out there that feel the same way as you. Don't be afraid to reach out. We're all here.
In Grain Valley, Gabrielle Pagan, 41 Action News.
If you're a veteran, first responder, or frontline health worker and need mental care, go to this story on our website. You'll find a link there to get some help.